youngin' and just keep on moving. And if you ain't hustling, then I don't know what you're doing. The time is now. I'm sorry, I'm not sorry. Yeah. I gotta write my story. No, you can't have my glory. I'm taking all that's for me. Unapologetic.
Man, you know what today is. It is Saturday. It's the pull-up edition, man. I'm your boy, Hustle. This is the Unapologetic Hustle, man, and we coming to you live from Globe Life Park, powered by Fishbowl Radio Network and Bashani Radio app, man. And you know how we do it each and every Saturday. We come to you with a banger. And I gotta say, man, we changing the game today. We gonna flip the script because normally we have, you know, the notable entrepreneurs, but I got some real hustlers in the building today, man. And if y'all don't understand what they do, hey, get your wig messed up. Get your wig messed up, man. Hey, but hey, as always, I always like to take care of a little community business, man. Again, the show has been nominated for 3 awards.
Yes, sir.
Hey, the date is closely approaching, and you know, we're still in the running. So if you haven't voted, you can still vote. It is still there, but not only vote for the Unapologetic Hustle and your boy Marcus Stone, but make sure you go out and actually exercise your vote, man. We got a big race going on, and our lives depend on it, right? So whatever which way you go, just make sure you capitalize on that, man. People fought for us to vote, so go ahead and do that. But let's get back to the business at hand, man. Every Saturday, like I said, we come to you with a banger. And my guest today is, man, her story is amazing. And I can't wait for y'all to hear it. So we're going to jump right into it. You know, I want y'all to give a round of applause, send some hearts, some likes, all of that stuff, man. And welcome to the hustle, Miss Tracie Harper, Celebrity Stylist. Welcome to the hustle, Miss Tracie.
Thank you. Thank you for having me today.
Yeah, man, absolutely. Absolutely. So, I mean, whew, I've been able to engage with you, you know what I mean? And, you know, I've heard some of this story and I'm like,
yeah,
wow, a walk.
Yeah.
Walk with thee.
All day.
All day.
Yeah.
And when I say you bring it and you walking with thee and following in those footsteps,
right.
Hey, hats off to you. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
But I definitely want the people to understand what that journey has been like, and that's what we're going to get into.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because that's the reason why we keep walking.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So that story is the story that keeps us churning.
Yes, right.
You know,
that's
and
right.
Once they hear the story, they're gonna be beating down your door like.
Hopefully so. Hopefully so. This is why I'm here today.
Yeah.
So, you know, to encourage and motivate and help somebody understand.
Indeed. Yeah. But without further ado, look, I gotta make it official, man. I gotta make it official. Yo, I look, I don't even have a name for the following, but. You know, he normally calls his following the Goon Squad.
And you're the captain. You're the leader of the bunch. You get them fired up. Yeah.
Man. But yo, I wanna make a quick announcement, man. You know, the man that runs the ones and twos each and every Saturday, man. We gonna make it official and we gonna adopt him and make him the official co-host of the Unapologetic Hustle, man.
Like a ref with a whistle, man. I pulled up, I parked. I'm just here to do my part, man. Front row seat to the livest hustlers, to the most inspirational stories, to the flyest people that come through with the most inspirational stories. It's an honor to be a part of the show.
Man, yeah. So, you know, make sure y'all throw some likes and hearts up there for Mr. P.L. Coulter himself, official co-host of the Unapologetic Hustle, man.
Jedi ain't training.
Okay.
Jedi ain't training. There's only one Yoda.
There's only one Yoda?
There's only one Yoda.
I don't know if I could be Yoda, but we gonna run with it nevertheless. But yeah. So my guest today is none other than Miss Tracie Harper, and
indeed, yes,
she is a celebrity stylist. If y'all didn't catch the build up to what we were talking about, so she's been in the game for a minute. But Tracie, before we get into your story, man, everybody on the hustle gets christened with these with the word association.
Okay.
My favorite. You know I love this segment.
Oh gosh.
So without further ado, I'm gonna throw 4 words at you.
Yeah.
And first thing that comes to mind, I want you to say.
Okay.
All right. First word, unapologetic.
Living your truth.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, she ready.
She ready.
She ready. Yeah, she ready.
Yeah. Second word, hustle.
Grinding it out.
Grinding
All
it
right,
out.
all right.
Next word, legacy.
Whoa. Legacy. My children.
That was deep.
Good stuff.
Yeah. Final word, faith.
Gotta have it. God.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Gotta have it.
Hey, make sure y'all put that thing in park since y'all pulled up. This is y'all need to stick around for the whole 120.
We about to sit down on this one, boy.
Yes.
Hey, she said gotta have it, and I absolutely agree. You gotta have it.
Right.
But let's jump right in. That's the slogan for the network we own.
Yes.
Jump in.
Yes.
So Miss Sammy, shout out to you, Queen.
Shouts out.
Yeah.
She's listening.
Yeah, I'm sure she is. But who is Tracie Harper?
Well, Tracie Harper is a young, about to be 41-year-old lady from Shreveport, Louisiana. Born and raised. I just migrated to Texas about 3 years ago.
Yeah.
I love to say that I'm hairstylist to the stars, but when I say hairstylist to the stars, it doesn't necessarily mean celebrities. My everyday clients are my stars.
Yeah.
My everyday clients are my celebrities. So when you hear celebrity stylist, it doesn't necessarily mean name chaser,
Right.
Even though I do have a few under my belt, but just celebrities in their own right.
Right.
In the definition of what it takes to be that star in their home, in their environment, in their career. So I am, in fact, and very much a celebrity stylist.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Indeed.
So
Hop on Facebook Live right now on the Unapologetic Hustle page and check her out. She is definitely a stylist. Right. There's no confusing that. She's got the style thing going.
yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah,
definitely.
I've seen her work. I've seen her work.
Firsthand.
Firsthand.
Right.
And we've had some talks in the shop, and as we came to know each other, I opened up and let them know that I've been on that side.
Right.
I've been on the stylist side. I've been to school. I've done all of that.
Right.
Yeah. So I mean, it is I understand what they do.
Right.
And the effort and the love that has to be in that profession.
Most definitely.
It's something, you see a lot of movies or venues to where you can take an individual that is on hard times and they're rugged, can't shave, whatever, and then you got some barbers in the street with a backpack,
right,
and they go around and clean them up real nice,
right,
and it's a transformation.
Right.
It's a transformation,
right,
and it's not just a transformation in the aspect of what they look like.
Yeah.
They feel better.
Right, definitely. Definitely. I definitely agree with that wholeheartedly, because what I like to call it is my ministry, right? So some people look at it as a job or something like that, but it's definitely my ministry, because when you are you never know why someone comes to visit you. So, sometimes it may be because they heard about you and how you do a particular hairstyle and they're coming for that. But then you have other people who may come to you that one time and never come again because it was a divine appointment.
Right.
And when I say divine appointment, I'm not talking about you being on my books, but you're on God's mind and he sent you to me.
Absolutely.
So,
Awesome.
I have a word, that he'll give me to give them. And sometimes I'll be like, why did you give this to me? Why do you feel like I'm the person that, should be used? But what I've learned to do is just say, Lord, whatever your will is for my life. And, bringing those people to me, whatever advances your kingdom.
Right,
You know, I'm for
right.
it. You know, so if y'all haven't noticed by now, I'm a God's girl. I love God unapologetically.
Unapologetic.
Come on now.
Okay?
Come
So
on
now.
unapologetically, but
on now.
I know how the balance goes. You
Yeah.
know, so I'm a free spirit as well. You know, I love to laugh and have a good time. But yeah, so it's ministry for me more than anything.
More than anything.
More than anything.
So like how did the hair journey begin, right? I know for some individuals, especially some that I kind of come up in the industry with, like they were doing it since they were little girls,
Yeah.
little boys, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
trying to emulate, or always in the barbershop or always in the salon. They're like, that's what I'm gonna do.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like their idols were in those, so they followed
Right.
that path. Like
Right.
so what was that defining moment for you where you were like, this is where I'm supposed to be
Right.
to have that ministry?
Right. So for me, I often tell even my students, I say, I didn't choose hair. Hair chose me.
Right.
Right. So it was nothing that I had to, I guess, learn, you know, because it was so natural. So just like you were saying about the little girls and boys, you know, that was my story.
Right.
When my mom bought me a doll, I didn't go for the clothes. I didn't go, you know, to play with the doll. Like the rubber band was popped off immediately. And I began twisting and tying hair. And like, that was me, you know, even with the Cabbage Patch dolls. I don't know if y'all remember the Cabbage
remember
Patch
that.
dolls. Okay.
Yeah.
So, you know, the Cabbage Patch dolls, they had like yarn for hair.
Yeah.
But the whole entire center was not there. So
Right.
you would have to style the hair just around the perimeter and like the middle. So it was just like my daily diligence to style the Cabbage Patch so that the bald spot wouldn't show. So like I said, it chose. It is like, that was my, you know, day-to-day journey as a little kid. And so like for me and my family, it was never a question about what Tracie was going to do.
Really?
It was just about when are you going to professionally do it.
Wow.
Yeah, so by the time I was 15 years old, my mom can attest to this, I had my whole room set up like a salon.
Wow.
Yeah, so like I had my pictures on my wall like a salon. I pushed my bed and my dresser in the corner. I had chairs, like I had a waiting area. You know, I had my, you know, all of that set up. So by the time I was 15, 16 years old, like I was making money.
Wow.
And it wasn't until my mom was like, you got to get out of here with that. Like every time I come home, I got people blocking my driveway. I can't get up. So she was like, either you're going to go get a regular job or you're going to go ahead and go to beauty school.
Right.
And so the rest is history.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So another thing that you alluded to a little bit, and I'm gonna go ahead and go that route now, because you're an educator as well.
Right. Right.
You know, you're
Right.
an educator for hair. So like people reach out to you when they're getting ready for the state board, and
Right.
like you haven't. I know what them nights are like.
Right.
Them ain't some easy nights. You know what I mean? Like you
Right.
get a license with a number, like you're
Right.
certified to handle these
Yes.
chemicals
Yes.
and everything else.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
it is a profession that is in many rights not given the proper accolades that it deserves.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
because you for example, you go those that and shout out to all the doctors and nurses.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they receive licenses.
Mm-hmm.
They go through this stringent schooling and tests to certify them. The same for cosmetology
Right.
or barbering,
Right. Right.
Because if you look at the history
Right.
of barbering and cosmetology, it started in the health field.
Right.
Wow.
Absolutely. And a lot of people, like I could tell you like firsthand, first of all, like when students come, they think that this industry is like a quick book, right?
Right.
Especially more so today than it was back in the day.
Right.
You know, they think it's a quick way to make a buck. But when they actually get into school, they see like we're learning about infectious diseases and parts of the body and the bone and the skin all the way down to the dermis and the epidermis and the subcutaneous layers.
The layers of the skin.
And they're like, wait a minute, I didn't sign up for this part.
Right.
But, if you are a true stylist, if you are a person who really love what you do, you're going to go the extra mile to obtain every single goal and not even stopping when you get your license. Like, the education never stops.
Right.
So, for me, I'm a teacher, and just kind of getting back to what you just mentioned about it doesn't get the accolades that it deserves, but I think like just being a teacher, period.
Right.
No matter what type of teacher you are, sometimes we're the most underpaid and,
True. That's facts.
Industry that it is, because a lot of times when you're meeting these students, you are their first experience, not only with hair or whatever, but motherhood or, discipline.
Right.
Some people don't know discipline till they get to school and they meet their teacher and they're like, dang, I have to be disciplined now. I gotta get with it. Yeah. So you never know who you're going to meet, and you don't never know what issue you're going to meet. So it's like deeper than just me teaching you how to curl hair or use a wand curler or, even the chemical part. Like, it's me teaching you how to get somewhere on time.
Absolutely.
Every day, and holding you accountable. So
yeah, you definitely don't. And you don't know the history or the background of the individuals that are coming into the classroom, right? So you have to take on the personalities, understand what makes them motivated, what doesn't, and like you have to decipher all of that. In order to get through to teach them what you need to teach them.
Right. And especially like when you're teaching adults, okay, or young adults, right?
Yeah.
So, like when a child is in school, 3 or 4 year old, or even maybe a middle schooler, right? They're still learning and figuring it out. But you got, an 18-year-old,
right,
who may have recently moved out from their parents, or, my students range from age of young adults, 18, all the way up to where my students are sometimes older than me. So, how do you now tell somebody older than you what to do today?
Right.
So it's kind of hard in the beginning of my teaching, but now I've learned how to navigate and let life flow. And so, it's a learning. That's all I can say. It's a learning, so it's for it. I tell my students like all the time, like, you think that I'm teaching you, but you have no idea how much you're teaching me too.
Hey, I say that every Saturday. I say that every Saturday. I hear like the support is like, man, you're great. We love hearing. It's like, I'm learning too.
Right.
I'm learning at this moment. Like I that's how I receive it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you have to be in tune with all of those situations. You have to be in the moment in order to extract the gems.
Correct.
You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
and if you're not in tune with that moment and that time, you miss a lot of things that are meant for you.
Right.
And it takes a lot longer for you to get to where your purpose is leading you, because you're not fully engaged in those moments.
Right.
And we have to definitely step back and make sure that we enjoy the wave. We enjoy the ride.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because even a wave rises and a wave falls.
Yeah.
But it doesn't stay down.
Yeah.
It rises back up.
Right. That's right. I definitely understand your point. And I think, especially like now that the pandemic, has, altered all of our lives.
Yeah,
not
absolutely.
just one individual person, but I know a lot of people look at it in a negative way, which it is not a good situation. However, though, perspective is personal. And so for me, I choose to look at it as, a time to reflect now.
Yeah.
Get back to what's really, really real in my life.
Right.
What is important, what's not so important.
Right.
What highs and lows I should entertain, because sometimes we entertain things that just have no, like it has no purpose, so now what really matters to me is my children, my relationship with God, my career, how I help people, how I serve people, those things, this pandemic has allowed me to be able to do, like draw back and go back from square one. Like,
Right.
okay, so now my life is not so busy, right?
The foundation.
Yeah, like it's not so busy because oftentimes we try to, pack our lives with things because we feel unproductive. Like if we don't pack it with stuff. But no, sometimes the resting, sometimes we shouldn't, it gets to a point, like you feel guilty for laying down all day.
Oh, this is hitting my spirit. No, this is hitting my spirit right now.
Right. Like you feel guilty, but
Yes.
no, like God said he will give you rest. So that means he wants you to
even
rest.
he rested on the 7th day.
Come on now.
Marcus.
Come on now.
He took a whole week, and on the 7th day, he had to rest.
He rest. That means
Yeah.
do nothing. But we have trained ourselves. And one lady told me a long time ago, I never forgot it. She said, we have the taskmaster spirit sometimes where we don't know how to rest. And we feel like if we're not doing something, it's not productive. Like my life is not.
Yeah, and from
That's so true.
From my vantage point, like the way that I see it and the way I pick up that people receive rest, they equate rest to stopping.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
If
Congregation-
I rest, then I'm stopping.
Right.
I'm not achieving what I need to achieve.
Right.
But if you continue and not receive rest, you're gonna eventually stop because your body's gonna shut down.
Right.
You're gonna be overworked.
Right.
You're gonna be exhausted from
Right.
the measures of what your
Right.
purpose is and chasing to accomplish those things. But you're never replenishing.
Right.
Right. So
Right.
to make that disconnect, rest doesn't mean stop.
Correct. It means rest.
It means rest.
It means pause.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like
so
in music.
for both of you all, as hard as you all work to accomplish the dreams that you have, at what point in time, like what signs does your body give you or your mind give you when you know it's time for you to rest? Because you all are achievers, and like that's what you do, and y'all both just spoke to my spirit. Like no, seriously, because I feel guilty.
Yeah.
If I just sit around and watch football all day, because I'm thinking in my mind, at least, I'm trying to think in my mind, hey, Hustle's probably out here right now, coming up on another business venture.
Right.
He's probably out here looking at property. He's probably out here. My competition is out here writing a blog right now. My competition is out here filming in front of the, I can't just watch TV. How did you get to the point to where you would allow yourself to rest? Because you have to mature into that, right?
Well, not necessarily. I mean, I think it's wise to mature into it, but I think for me, knowing that everything is not for me, right? So even if my competition is out there doing whatever they're doing, that is their time to do it. When I'm out there doing it, it's my time to do it.
Oh, okay.
Because my blessings, nobody can tell me no but God. So if it's for me, it's going to be for me. So if I take the day and I just want to spend the day with my children like today, after I leave here, I block myself off from appointments. You know why? Because I want to allocate this time to my children today. And even if we're just sitting at home, popping popcorn and playing Uno, that's important to me at this moment.
Right.
So again, what God has for me is for me. And when I learned that, I can't be in everybody's, I can't overwork myself trying to be in everybody's business but mine.
Right.
Right. So now I've learned how to manage my business. So my business is, for hairstylists, we're off on typically Sundays and Mondays. Yeah, those are my off days. On Sundays, please don't call me about hair. Like I don't even want to talk about hair on Sundays. Like you have to literally be in a life or death hair emergency for me to do your hair on a Sunday, right? So I'm just like, hey, I'm gonna do what I need to do for me and my family. And because at the end of the day, that's what matters.
Right.
You can work 24 hours a day, and you can obtain all the wealth and you can obtain all of this. But that's why, unfortunately, people who do obtain a certain amount of wealth, they end their lives, quickly because, or sometimes they work themselves to death to where they're not functional anymore. So
not
that's
even healthy enough to enjoy
healthy enough to even enjoy it. So no,
Right.
I don't want that to be my story.
Right.
Like I want to enjoy it all. So
Right.
I think the sooner that you come to that understanding, I think the better off you'll be. you
Yeah.
know?
No, I second a lot of that. For me, it is really, again, I say this a lot. You have to be in tune with yourself, right? You have to understand that the purpose that you've been given is for you. You have to run that race, right? So the more that, not to say that you don't want to understand what your competition is doing, but you can't force yourself to be in a situation that's not conducive for you because you feel that your competition is getting the best of it.
Right.
Like she said, that was their time to be doing that.
Absolutely.
And it could be my time to lay down somewhere.
Yeah,
Right.
because who's to say that if with you getting a proper rest that you should be getting, that when you do engage again, that it gives you the energy, the conviction, the articulation that you need to secure the next deal that you need to make.
Y'all Ashford and Simpson in here. Though. I'm loving this teamwork. But I like that. Y'all download this video. Y'all download this Facebook Live. No, I'm saying because I think that you can save a lot of lives. Like you were talking about, like COVID and you know, and the mastering the art of the pivot, and you saying how you started to kind of simplify things.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of people out there that's stressed, that's trying to do too much, that's trying to make it all in a week.
Right.
Like that's seeing people still flourish. Like yourself and like Marcus, and it may put that extra little trying to run your race instead of theirs,
Right.
and because your light, it shines, and sometimes it can be intimidating to people. Like, oh wow, I need to get where she is. I need to get where Marcus is.
I mean, but again, if we're gonna look at the light aspect, right? A star can be enormously bright today, right? But there's years that it takes for it to start to fade. So at some point it's going to start to decline. That doesn't mean that another star is not going to continue to grow and be bright.
Right. Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
If you look at a fluorescent light when you turn it on, it has these bulb actuators at the end, and it starts out dim and gets bright.
Right.
Right? Everybody has that.
Right.
Your light can be as bright as you want it to be, but you have to understand that it may take a little more time to do what you needed to do.
Right.
That doesn't take away from the other stars that are out there.
Right.
It just means that your star has to mature to be the brightest that it is going to be.
Right.
It's and I'm gonna bow out after this part because like it really something you said in like just first coming on the microphone just hit me really hard in my spirit when you were saying that a lot of times God will give you a word and you be like, why'd you give me that word for the like. That whole scenario was my word,
Right.
and just being transparent because we on the Hustle Show.
Right.
When you work around people that are go getters that is accomplishing and stuff, you feel like you gotta.
Right.
And now you all have given me permission to give myself permission to go lay down somewhere because I'm off on Monday too, and I'm looking forward to just and any other time I'll be trying to I need to post something, I need to do something, I need to. And I'm and my body is tired, so like I thank you, for being transparent. And Marcus always, that you all are accomplishing at a high level, but still take time for yourselves. That's a word for a lot of people out there listening.
Word. It was a word for me. It's something that I had to learn, and also just learning how to play your position, right? So everybody is not going to be the star. Okay.
Right.
So like everybody wants to achieve that, they feel like if they're out in the forefront, then I'm the star, I've made it. But no, like your position is yours. Like when I first came on, I said my clients, even if they're not in the spotlight, they're still my celebrities. They're still celebrities in their communities. They're celebrities in their homes.
Yes.
And so I've learned how to be content with being the background singer. Right.
Right.
Listen, if I'm the
Now,
background singer,
I'm gonna make you do it because you said you brought it.
well,
Oh, hey, we gonna get a little live
Oh,
something,
she
something?
got some vocals now.
We gonna get a little live something, something?
She got some vocals.
He said that, but listen, I'm not about to embarrass I'm staying in my lane on this show. Okay. But yeah, so I've learned how to be content with being the background singer. So like I'm still getting in the venue with the main act.
Come on now.
You know what I mean? I still get to be around the same people.
Yes.
But I'm the background singer and I'm okay with it.
That is so
people,
encouraging.
yeah, so people need to just be okay with being who you are
Right.
and the place that God have you.
Yeah,
You
and,
know,
and it
yeah.
goes. It's understanding your purpose. It's understanding what you want to achieve.
Right.
Being the best you.
Right.
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 I can't go out there and recreate what Bo Jackson did in the baseball field.
Right.
I'm
Right.
not.
The run up the wall and all of that, yeah.
Right.
That's not me. Right. I can
Right.
try, but I can only be the best version of me doing that.
Right.
So it's not to take away from some of the individuals that you emulate because they push you to be the better version of yourself. Right. But you have to actually understand and be in the moment to know that, hey, this is the best that I can. This is my level.
Right.
Right.
This is where
Right.
I am. I am striving to reach my pinnacle and maintain that.
Right.
And be
Because that's my
content in that.
And be content
huh?
in
Right.
that, right? Because, okay, again, if you're content with the pinnacle of the situation that you're given, who's to say that he can't bless you to give you even more?
Right. Right.
Right?
He
Because you
will.
have to understand where you are and what you have
Right.
in order and be a good steward of it so that he can then give you
You might-
more
yes.
on what he's already given you.
Right.
So
Absolutely.
that's you have to be full circle in the whole
Right.
situation.
Right.
I love the way that you all are being so human right now. You know what I'm saying? And I love that because it gives everybody inspiration that oh, okay, I can still be with my family. I can still find
Yeah.
balance in what I do.
Balance is key. The scale tips for a reason,
Right.
right?
Right.
You put too much effort into achieving the goals, and then if your family is on the other side of that,
Right.
they're gonna, well, you would never hear. You were always
Right.
chasing this. Well, okay,
Right.
well, I pour everything to my family. Then we never get the things that we were meant to have
Right.
because we didn't put in the work to get it.
Right.
So
So
you have
awesome.
to. You have to. It's going to teeter totter.
Right.
In that aspect, in
Yeah.
everything that you do. So you
Right.
have to find the balance. You
Right.
have to find the medium in order to continue to push. Right. That's the thing of life. Hustling it's one thing to hustle,
Right.
but if you don't hustle responsibly, you'll lose everything.
Exactly. Exactly. I before I moved out here, just to kind of give a little background on that and just kind of piggyback off of you. Before I moved out here, I had the option of moving to Atlanta and then moving to Dallas, Texas. So I have a lot of friends in the industry. So, they are doing some major things. The things that you see on TV and radio right now, like a lot of my friends and colleagues in this business, they are killing it,
Right.
So I had the opportunity to choose between the two states. Well, if I had moved to Atlanta, I would have been working around the clock nonstop. Well, I didn't have enough family in Atlanta. I didn't know enough people. So now I'm faced with the decision, should I leave my children back in Louisiana and follow my dreams and goals and go ahead to Atlanta and
Right.
do what I need to do? Or do I move to Dallas, Texas, where I have more support? I can still do some of the same things, but not, I guess, what they're doing, not on
Right.
their level, because they're on major networks and TV shows. But, I can come out here and get affiliated just as, just the same, but it may be a slower walk up to the top. Do I sacrifice my children for it?
Right.
And the answer for me was no.
Yeah, I mean, because your purpose was to serve those of the many,
Yeah.
not the few.
Right. Yeah. So
Plain and simple.
I couldn't choose. Like some people, they have a good support system
Yeah.
where they can leave their children with their parents or aunties or godparents, and they can thrive. But that wasn't my story.
Right.
And so I knew not to try to make it my story. Like
Yeah.
I need to be there. I'm the hands-on mama. Like I need to be in the at night and in the morning, when you leave and when you go to bed, you need to see me. I want to be there, you know. So
That's awesome.
yeah, so I had to make a decision, and I think that's what a lot of people, when we talk about unapologetic hustle or hustling in general, you know, people think if I'm not doing it their way, then I'm not doing it. No, sometimes the climb is a little slower. Yeah. You know, but it's more.
But it makes the journey that much more rewarding.
Exactly right.
It makes it, you know, everything can't be hit. It can't be a home run every time you get up to the plate and swing.
Right.
You know, sometimes you got to strike out. Sometimes you got to hit a single, double, triple. You know, sometimes you might get the grand slam. Right. But it's at those stages, right? It's at those stages, and it's the journey that you appreciate, so that when you achieve the goals that have been placed in front of you, that it's that much more rewarding. Right. It has that much more meaning, because we're all gonna face adversity. Right. It's what we do in the face of the adversity that makes the end result, whether it's good or bad. Right. Right. But we learn from the lessons in those times, so that we can continue to push forward for what our purpose is.
Oh, that's a good word.
Y'all are dropping nuggets, gems, nuggets. Ladies and gentlemen, like, turn this up, run it back, rewind. Like this, they are dropping nuggets, and I love it. I'm sorry, I'm being a fan right now. I am. I'm being a fan right now.
You co-host, man.
I'm being a fan right now.
Hey, look, we're gonna take a quick moment. Hey, we're gonna get some shout outs real quick. We got some people checking in, so want to send a shout out to Mr. Charles Wood, Minister Woods, out in Paris, Texas. Appreciate you checking in, brother. Mama, I see you. I love you. Hey, mama. Cousin Eddie Williams, thanks for checking in. Appreciate you, cuz. Cad, the coolest cat in the land, thanks for checking in, brother. TJ, I see you. Who else we have? We got a ton other coming in. Goodness. Cousin, I got a host of family, so I'm not even gonna go down this whole list.
Shouts out to the whole squad.
Yeah, shout out to the Hustle Squad, man. That's what it is, man. I love y'all. Thank y'all for your support. Again, hey, we got a celebrity in the home,
yes,
right?
We do. Yes, we do.
I'll take it.
Yes, we do.
Miss Tracie Harper.
Right.
Before we go to pay some bills, tell the people how they could get a hold of you.
All right. So first thing is following me on Instagram, and please follow me, because I need my followers to come up a little bit.
Indeed.
All right. So you can follow me at Harper Hair Physician. That's HARPER, Hair HAIR, and Physician PHYSICIAN. I know sometimes people get a little confused with that, but Harper Hair Physician. Also, I'm on Facebook. Harper Hair Physician hair page. You can follow me on Facebook. Also, you can follow my salon, Studio 21. We have a Facebook page. So Studio 21 Salons in Grand Prairie, Texas. And the Instagram is s21salons.co on Insta.
Well, you know, I got love for Studio 21. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because, you see these lovely locks that your boy got. Hey, you know, they get done at Studio 21.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
Yes.
So we have great conversations. Beautiful studio.
Right.
And then you can also my queen's her venture is in the studio. So make sure y'all go through and purchase some of that hydration hairspray, man, at Studio 21.
Yes.
Tell them your boy Hustle sent you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yo, but no, it's these lights are bright, and we got a game that's getting ready to go on out there, so we do have to pay some bills. So I want y'all to stick around for the second hour as we re-engage with our own celebrity, Miss Tracie Harper, and we'll dive into the meat and potatoes of what she does and what she's doing in the community here locally. So you know what it is, man. Catch us at the top of the hour. It's your boy Hustle, man.
Shouts out to Louisiana. Stand up.
Thank you.
From Louisiana. before we go down. It's what about that action. We don't really around. It's what pop them jiggers. We drink white and we drink brown. I'm from Grambling, Louisiana. Welcome to my town. Round 318, that's where I'm found. Right off 20 in the woods. The police won't hear a sound. It's what flip them. This is where Boosie got the crown. We say water, we say round. When we load it, we say bound. Bound, bound. Ain't nobody scared, man. Trippin', use a dead, man. I put that on everything. What G-Town, got Rust Town, got Jonesboro, a lot of country spots. You can go down south, come up top. You play with us, then we can dump it out. We got N.O., we got Lake Charles, we got Lafayette, we got B.R., got Ratchet City, got Rose City. Play with us, you see E.R., we got Alexandria, we got Negative. So from a place where we do shit raggedy. When I'm out of town, I'ma hold it down, cause I'm probably loaded and I'm probably out of night. I'm from Louisiana, 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 I'm from Louisiana. We call it that boo. I'm from Louisiana, 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 free my CEO. We call it that boo. From that murder cabin, that big ragger, that mean trash. When it's beef, eat they trigger habit. Throw slugs in their mouth, and they got a carrot pop like that's what you're supposed to do. Like that shit legal. Drop screens and buku, beating the Cutlass, Monte Carlos, Ricos. Go hard at the Bayou Classic, Jazz Fest and Mardi Gras. Second line when they people die, we really party, bar. I'm a losing animal, let you have it, whoa. I'm from that dirty boot, turn that bitch sideways. There's a gun, better run, cause down here we shoot. Please excuse my grammar, I'm from Louisiana. We in the middle of Merkin City like Dade County. That whole dirty boot, we party like a rock star. Why y'all party like a rock star? Cause it's Mardi Gras. In the same pot that they cook gumbo in. Down here is crypto, CTC, they better watch your friends. What you know about Angola, Louisiana penitentiary? How to free my brother Boosie. To the day he free, I'm representing. I'm from Louisiana, 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 I'm from Louisiana. We call it that boo. I'm from Louisiana, 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 I'm from Louisiana. We call it that boo. From Louisiana, that be Louisiana. T's, dreads, fire green, and a couple of hounds. Louisiana, no vote, can that good pie, Chevrolets, candy coated, how about the big rise? No lie, I'm fine, I'm about mine, jamming that boy better. Savage boy, I just swerve right, heard right, going for 25, jiggers too, deals too. They really lose. Louisiana, the only place you can get jigger juice. In no Bourbon Street, that go to flippers too. Thick things, fat things, in them skinny ones too. Louisiana, the only place shaped just like a shoe. The whole boo, they will hide you, they won't find you. No first 48 down here, must I remind you? The whole boo, they will hide you, they won't find you. No first 48 down here, must I remind you that I'm from Louisiana, 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 I'm from Louisiana. We call it that boo. I'm from Louisiana, 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 I'm from Louisiana. We call it that boo.
Hey, this is Skit, host of The Skit Show, broadcasting live each week on Saturday from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. Fishbowl Radio Network studios at Globe Life Park at Arlington, Texas. Log on to hear entrepreneur talk, good music, and variety. You can expect the crazy, the intelligent, and the wealthy. That's The Skit Show, every Saturday from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. at Fishbowl Radio Network at Arlington, Texas.
Fishbowl Radio Network has your cure for the summertime blues with our new Kids Show experience, a fun and creative way for parents to interact with their children. Your kids can become radio hosts for a day and have their show aired over the largest internet radio platform in the world, right here at our beautiful facility at Globe Life Park, where the Rangers play. Spots are limited, so call us now at 817-633-4880 to secure yours. The Kids Show experience. Jump in.
On September 11th, 2001, nearly 3,000 Americans lost their lives, including hundreds of first responders who stepped up when our country needed them the most. We're seeing that same bravery from our frontline workers who risked their lives battling an invisible enemy. The sense of unity displayed in the days following 9/11 and during our current crisis exemplifies the strength of our national character and inspires us to honor the legacy of those lost as well as those who still lead the charge.
Hello, we are It's About the Kids Incorporated. We are a 501c3 nonprofit organization that operates out of Dallas, Texas.
Our mission is to focus on the kids of today who will become the youth of tomorrow and the adult of the future. Today, tomorrow, the future.
Empowering the community one family at a time.
You can reach us at all social media platforms at It's About the Kids or online at www.itsaboutthekids.org.
Where we mentor a child, save a life.
Hi, this is Diane Marion Eunice, and I am a licensed marriage and family therapist. For the past 9 years, I have worked with over 300 couples in the areas of sexual health, communication, and conflict resolution. If you are interested in rebuilding connection and intimacy with your partner, please contact me today. I can be reached at 682-201-8175, or you can email me at diane@letstalkrelationships.org, or visit my website at www.letstalkrelationships.org. And remember, you can't heal if you refuse to deal.
The 46th Annual Harambee Festival. This year's theme, Seeing the Future in Our Children. The festival will proceed on October 31st, 2020 as planned, just in a different format due to COVID-19. Local families and those from surrounding cities will receive free treat bags, care packages during the drive-through giveaway, and participate in early voting, starting at 10:30 a.m. until supplies last. Held at the MLK Jr. Community Center located at 2922 MLK Boulevard, Dallas, Texas, 75215. Donations are welcome. Be sure to follow us on Facebook for our live stream of music, poetry, culture, and more. For info, call 214-978-7164 or visit harambeedallas.org.
If you're worried your friend may be struggling, remember, you don't have to be there to be there.
You can say, how are you, or get a fake tattoo. You can ask with an app if it works for you. You could chat on the game, kick off your flip-flops. You can ask on your couch while you binge watch.
Whatever gets you talking.
Reach out to a friend about their mental health. Learn how you can help at seizetheawkward.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council, American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, and the JED Foundation.
FBRN.US Fishbowl Radio Network. Jump in.
Hey, you really looking like bait. Yo. Hey, come here real quick. Yo. Yeah, you, come here. Let go. Hey, come here, let me holler at you real quick, for real though. Look. Bet if you give me your number, you gon' love me. Hey girl, you looking like bait, come here and hug me. Bet if I give you this, you gon' cuff me. And don't trust myself, so don't trust me. You got your own house, own job, own car. You spending money by the bar, girl, let me see you twerk something. Twerk something, if I hit it, I'ma hurt something. Hurt something, yeah. Believe that, maybe you can be my old lady. You can be my old lady. Maybe me and you can have a baby. Be my baby mama. I just wanna hit you on a daily, but don't think it crazy, I'm just asking you. Yeah. I just wanna know your name, what's up? I just wanna know your name, what's up?
club, they want your time. But can we talk, baby? I wanna know what you're doing on a daily. And girl, you know we can become being Jay-Z. I'm talking Beyonce. I'm out of your league, but it's nice to meet ya. Get up for the me, loving all your features. But can we talk for a minute? 'Cause I want you.
I just wanna know your name, what's up? I just wanna know your name, what's up? I just wanna know your name, what's up? I just wanna know your name, what's up?
Bounce, bounce, bounce. Thank you, God, for continuing to bless me. Bounce, bounce. We levitating your greatness, you heard me? Jones. 25 down, yeah, I hit a quarter. I'm a big dog going hard in every quarter. Make sure you can swim if you come up in that water. Mama always say you gotta finish what you started. God, family, get to the money in that order. If you ain't talking levitation, it ain't important. I'm important, my everything into recorders. Can't have no fix around, sorry, can't endorse it. Shout out my supporters, I'm building up my fortress. Y'all building up your cloud while I'm building up my fortune. My head up in the clouds, I've been up here for a while. I ain't never coming down, cause up here I've been rolling. Busting through your ceilings, knocking, I can't be closed in. Every shot I put up, guaranteed it always goes, and I'm golden. Yeah, I'm a 5, you haven't noticed. I ball in the spur of the moment, the model rosing. I ain't come to play, ayy, I ain't come to wait, ayy, I ain't come to fake, I came to eat up everything. How you keep up with the pace? I just counted all the grace. Got me running up my fade and I ain't never pressing brakes, ayy, ayy. You might want to get up on my way, ayy, ayy. Cause I see millions on the way. I ain't never going back, cause I had a little taste. See, the hunger never stops. I just fix another plate like that. 25 down, yeah, I hit a quarter. I'm a big dog going hard in every quarter. Make sure you can swim if you come up in that water. Mama always say you gotta finish what you started. God, family, get to the money in that order. If you ain't talking levitation, it ain't important. I'm important, my everything into recorders. Can't have no fix around, sorry, can't endorse. Sitting by the keys, scheming on a $250,000. Wanna throw my mama 5, this is for the bills. Rolling around, windows down, let the music spill. Late night swearing all through it, leave you feel. They take a L in a while, now I know I'm in a drought. Brody sent the way to the money, I'm already en route. Shout out money, making rhymes, 6 Robert fully equipped. Magi ballin' on these ends, cause Brody got the money clips. Gospel coming from my lips, feeling like evangelist. Y'all bars ain't moving nobody like paralysis. I abstain from negativity, but looking out the savages. Going against the squad is blasphemous, you don't wanna make that accident. Man of the year, man of the year. Not forever be the man till the day I disappear. And even after that, I will always persevere. I get that extra shine from above like a chandelier. I would never fear nothing, we can breathe the same air as we. Apparently being real is becoming a rarity. Can't relate to none of these boys, there's no similarities. It's the recipe for legacy, I know that I'll forever be the man. Look, 5 down, yeah, I hit a quarter. I'm a big dog going hard in every quarter. Make sure you can swim if you come up in that water. Mama always say you gotta finish what you started. God, family, get to the money in that order. If you ain't talking levitation, it ain't important. I'm important, my everything into recorders. Can't have no fix around, sorry, can't endorse. Yeah, yes, sorry, can't endorse. Nah, sorry, can't endorse. Oh, hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, hey, bounce. Yes, sir. How you expect to be great, but your hustle don't match? Listen, I hustle overtime, attempt to push the culture forward. This that real shit, make a meal with that little gift. Everybody on a hustle, we can make a real shift. So keep your head up, youngin', and just keep on moving. And if you ain't hustling, then I don't know what you're doing. The time is now. I'm sorry, I'm not sorry. Yeah. I gotta write my story. No, you can't have my glory. I'm taking all that's for me. Unapologetic.
Man, you know what it is. We back at it. It's your boy Marcus Stone, aka Hustle, host of the Unapologetic Hustle. Man, we coming to you live from Globe Life Park, powered by Fishbowl Radio Network and Bashani Radio app. Man, I had to pull my hair back for the second hour, man, because we went in on that first one.
Yes, indeed.
You know what I mean? But
in the house.
It was going down. So if you missed that first hour, man, make sure y'all go and catch the replay.
Make sure y'all catch that replay.
And you know how we do it. The second hour is always we throw them gloves that second hour. But before we get to that, man, Mr. PL Coulter, co-host, what's happening?
Checking in for duty.
Yes, sir.
Enjoying the front row seat to this game that's being put down for everybody.
Man, look, I gotta stay focused because I'm watching Stephen F. Austin warm up out here, about to kick off in the stadium. I'm trying to maintain.
It's always a party around you, man.
I'm trying to maintain, man. They looking good out there in that white and purple. But hey.
Right,
if y'all see me turning, it's because I'm watching a little bit. But a lot of sports going down in here. I told you the lights are bright where we are. We had to pay those bills, but
and we got a bright star in the house today.
Man, talk about it, man. She is my son re-educated me this past Thursday, and was like, we're in astronomy now, and do you know what the brightest star is, Dad? Son, no, I don't remember that. I haven't had to use astronomy stuff in a minute.
Right.
I'm like, is it the sun?
Right.
He's like, no, the sun. Everybody says the sun is just because it's so close to us. Why, they think it's the brightest. But he said it's called the blue sapphire star or the blue star or something like that. It's the brightest star that's out there, giant something. And I'm like, oh. I don't remember that, son, but I'm gonna keep that one locked in case I get asked that question again.
You know what? The brightest star in this studio right here is draped out in blue.
I mean, she coming through.
Yeah. She done came through.
She coming through.
Pull up and park.
Pull up and park. It is the pull up edition, Saturday pull up edition, man. But we gonna get back into it. If y'all missed the first hour, man, our guest today is none other than the celebrity in her own right, Miss Tracie Harper.
Yes.
Celebrity stylist.
Yes.
Celebrity for the stars and the stars.
Yes. The stars and the stars.
Yes.
Yeah. And we've been reaching back, going through her journey.
Right.
And then the conversation just took on its own course, and we just went with it. We rode that wave, and we've learned some things.
Right.
I talk to you often though, Tracie, and I'm sitting here, I'm like, I didn't know.
I couldn't give it all to you at the salon, right? What would we be talking about today?
Man, I love it.
We would have found something to talk about because that salon be on point. So if y'all missed that, Studio 21 Salons, man, shout out. Check them out. They get your boy right every time I come in there. So make sure y'all go see Miss Latrenda.
Yes.
Go see Miss hair physician, Miss Tracie Harper over here.
And a slew of other very talented women. I can say for Studio 21, they are definitely my salon family, in and out of business. These ladies are phenomenal, and I could not thank God enough for surrounding me around these people. And you and I, that's where we met, okay? But like real deal, we have real conversations there, and
absolutely.
We leave our offense at the door because in order to get to the real nitty gritty of it all, you have to peel back layers. You gotta, you can't walk in the spirit of offense when you're learning, because life is a big lesson, and you have to stay a student to life. So just meeting different people and different backgrounds, and and we sometimes I be like, Lord, I'm most of the time the one starting the foolishness. But like that's my key role. I start the foolishness, but it's definitely all for, the betterment of all of us in there. So
Indeed. No,
but Marcus, you know what, real quick?
What's up?
She said the word family.
Yeah.
So for those that caught our number one, it just makes you root for her even more. The fact that she said that that family was important to her enough for her to take her, and now you have your adoptive family with your shop, and God is good.
Man, talk about it.
Yeah, he
Talk
is.
about it.
And just to kind of piggyback on you, this is one thing that I know like a lot of people kind of suffer with. They suffer with the fact that they may not have a lot of family, right? So some people are only kids, your mom and dad only had you. And like my children, they don't have a lot of cousins, and so they don't grow up with that. But I do understand and know that there's a power with building your own family in your own right? So even if they're not biologically connected to you, you build family wherever you go. So like if you didn't grow up with a mom, you find a church mom, or you find your auntie and you make that your mom, or somebody, the teacher, like that's your mom. Or if you didn't have a dad, find a dad. If you didn't have siblings, find siblings. Like you have to be in control of how you want to see your life going. So when I say my salon family, is because
that's what
I'm building it up everywhere I go. Like, and I know that these people are going to look out for me, not only professionally, but they're going to look out for me personally, because I'm building my family wherever I go.
Man,
like y'all my family now.
Like, right. That's
right.
It's too much like right. I mean, I don't recall anywhere in the definition of family that it says that it has to be biological.
Right.
I love the way y'all wordplay together.
Right.
I do.
I mean, and I could be wrong, but
No,
I just don't recall where it said
anywhere
in that definition that it had to be biological.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, it is a great environment in that studio. The people are amazing.
Right.
Again, Mama Trenda, as I call her. I gotta come see you soon, cause your boy gotta get done up again.
Yeah. She'll call you.
You're right.
yeah. We don't see you guys.
She'll reach out.
She'll reach out. Where you at, baby?
Where you at? It's been a minute. Like I know I've been out here hustling.
Right.
She be checking in. She said, I'm surprised she ain't text me, cause it's been a little bit.
Right.
But no, today's about you, Miss Harper, and I really want the people to understand what they're getting with the interaction with you, right? Again, you see it in movies, you read it in books, that the importance of the culture from a salon or a barbershop in our community, right, and that is still alive and well. In so many avenues, to the fact that I typically don't do this, but I'm a get on the TEP's place right here. His Notable King has the barbershop talk series and stuff every year, because it plays that important role, right?
It does.
You go to that place, or it has been traditionally, you go to that place to tap into what's going on with the community, get advice on certain situations, and then you leave looking good, feeling good, feeling better, rather.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And renewed. Right. It's a place to be poured back into while you're your moment of rest.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. It's definitely that give and take. So for me, I always tell people, like, I can't be two people, right?
Yeah.
So the Tracie that you meet is the Tracie that you meet.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have a professional me and a personal me. Like, I am who I am, true to heart. Like,
yeah.
And so in the salon, like when I was telling you, like definitely pour into each other because testimony is powerful, right? So the word of God says that we overcome by the blood and the power of our testimony.
Yeah.
So me telling somebody, look, I was in school when my divorce was going on. So I'm trying to focus on my education, you know, and I'm trying to further advance, but my marriage, my personal life is falling apart. So I'm having to try to not only keep it together for my students,
Right.
but, you know, and put on a good face, you know, for that. But then I have to come home to my husband not being there, my children. I feel like a failure in my personal life,
Right.
but I'm trying to strive in my professional life. And so just talking to like everyday women and
Right.
men, you know, about their testimony and them saying, yeah, I had a failed marriage too. Or yeah, you know, like a lot of my friends, you know, we all go through things and we pull on each other for the strength at that time. Cause
Absolutely.
you know, I may be going through divorce now, but my friend may have divorced 5 years ago. So she's able to give me more insight on how I should view certain things and, you know, pull me up in the moments where I feel distressed or I feel like a failure. A lot of people don't know that my son has autism. He's on a very low spectrum of autism, but it was, you know, God placed my best friend, you know, her daughter struggled through autism.
Right.
So, you know, with her testimony, she was able to say, don't do it like this, or no, you know, treat them like this, and this is where you need to go for this, that, or the third. So like just building that, again, that family around you and being very truthful with your testimony.
Right.
It's not for you to sit on. You know, it's for you to help somebody else. Now, I do believe that there are times where you should share it and not share it,
Yeah.
or learn who to share it with and not. Like everybody don't need to know everything all the time, but you know,
Absolutely.
but that's wisdom, you know, and that's growth. So the salon, just like yesterday, we had like an in-depth conversation about.
I missed out.
Oh my gosh. The in-depth conversation yesterday was about desperate women. You know, and so I have my points of views, but my coworkers, they have their points of views. So we were able to like kind of pull, and they were like, yeah, I didn't think about it that way. And I was like, I didn't think about it your way. So it's just a building that community and just being, you know, the salon being that pillar of place, that place that you can go and you could be who you are,
Yeah.
you know, and that's what I look for when I came here, because the salon that I worked for in was my sister's salon. I was there for 16 years of my life, of my career. So coming out here, I'm like, okay, God, you're going to have to, you know,
have to help me
send
on
me
this
to
one.
a place that is kind of like that, you know.
Yeah.
And he did exactly what I asked him.
Yeah.
You know, he sent me to a place where I can be me. I love laughing. I like being loud. I like dancing in the middle of the salon. And, you know,
and she'll
all
pull
that.
out the karaoke
Yeah.
mic in a hot minute, man.
So listen. About that. Like I had a karaoke like thing set by my station, and like when the music playing, like I popped that microphone on and I'm singing. So, you know, I needed a place where they wouldn't put me out for that.
Right.
You know? Cause, you know, to some other place that would be deemed as unprofessional. But
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, at Studio 21, I can be unapologetically me.
Yeah,
You know,
indeed.
and so that's where, you know, I'm able to express who I am. They are able to express who they are. And I think that's what builds the community there.
Yeah, indeed. No, all of that is true. All of that is factual.
Right.
You know, because I walk in and it's like, you know, everybody knows you.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like they pay attention
Almost
to who you
like
are.
Cheers,
Yeah,
right?
it's
Like
almost
the show Cheers.
Yeah,
Like,
and you walk in, it's like, oh, Mark. Oh. You know, I'm just head down, probably sending a text message or something, and then it's like, hey, oh yeah, yeah, I'm here, yeah,
right.
Hey, what's happening? You know, but
right.
He's like, oh, we didn't know you was coming today. Oh, was I supposed to be here today? You know?
Right.
You know, so yeah, they are very in tune. Organization and people. You know, they are truthful in who they are.
Yeah.
You know, personalities are on display every single day, 100% of the time.
Definitely.
And you can walk in, you gonna laugh at some point,
right?
At something
right.
that somebody said or did, just because of the humor in the place. You know what I mean?
That's me. I'm the one. I'm that element. I'm the component to that.
You know, but it is a great vibe, for sure. I mean, all of my family
goes there. Your babies, everybody, like,
you know,
everybody.
Their pictures are up on the wall. And
nice,
nice. You know, so, but no, it's all love. It's all love. So, I wanna shift just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I want to pull from the aspect of what you've gone through, where you are now, but what advice and what direction would you give to those that are just getting started in the industry, right? Because me, when I started pursuing it, I was like, man, I have this grand idea that I'm still going to, that I'm still working towards, right? I needed to get my barbering license as a component of what I was looking to do. Right? So that's how I got into the cosmetology. I told you I went to Empire Beauty School, East Coast, in Maryland.
Yeah.
They like legit up there.
Right.
Anybody that know about Empire, but to go through that, and I'm like, man, I just want some clippers. Like, tell me what I need to do with these clippers,
right?
So I can cut some hair and have the component of what I'm supposed to be doing. Like, I don't want to know about doing nails and facials and all this stuff and the different massage techniques, the kneading and all. Like, I don't want to know all that. I want to hold clippers. I want to hold somebody's head, and I want to cut hair.
Right.
But that's what I want to do.
Right.
The rest of that y'all can keep.
Right.
But it's amazing that the fact that I actually went to a traditional cosmetology school to get the hours to, because I already knew how to cut hair because I taught myself, right? And was really good at it. But I just needed the license piece.
Right.
State board, all that stuff.
Right.
And going through the school, actually going back and learning about the different layers of skin, learning about the correct process of doing nails, because a lot of processes that is getting done out in the streets is not correct.
I know it?
just gonna put that out there.
Yeah.
You run into them, but they're not doing it correct.
Right.
Especially when it comes to your cuticles.
Right.
I'm gonna just leave it at that. We're gonna leave it at that piece. But yeah, learning about all those things, and then learning about the different levels and volumes of chemicals, right?
Yeah.
For coloring and all of the all of that. I actually got very, very interested in the cosmetology aspect.
Yeah.
Like I've completely shifted. Like, just teach me how to use the clippers. To like, oh, okay, so I can do this, and this.
Right.
Like, that transition to me, my twins were born at that time. That transitioned into me doing their hair.
Right.
Me doing my wife's hair because she was natural.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I can do all this. Like, that was another level of bonding.
Right.
With my daughters, because I could actually do their hair the right way.
Right. And a lot of dads can't, okay? Let's just put that out there. So, shout out to the millennial dads, you guys are definitely evolving when it comes to doing the girls' hair now.
Man,
so, y'all are like, when I was young, that was just not heard of, right?
Yeah.
That your dad is in there putting ponytails in your hair. But
yeah, like in Poetic Justice, the dad had speaker wire, and they was trying to do speaker wire in Tupac's daughter. He had speaker wire to do a ponytail.
Yes.
And we're the same generation that was unheard of.
It was very, very, very gender specific, back in the day. But now, we're evolving as far as like what is not necessarily a male's job or what is female. Now, I do believe that there are certain entities where that is very necessary.
Right.
But in hair, it's not. So just going back to what your original question to me was about, maintaining in this industry. So the first thing I will tell you is, like, it's not cliche, but it's prayer. And I ask God to keep a fire for me in this industry because I'm really good at it. So, like, hey, you have to learn how to stay in your lane. So I know that I'm really good at hair. Okay. And like I said in the beginning hour, like, it chose me. I did not choose it.
Right.
And so, just continuing to get that, have that passion and fueling it. And so if I'm asking God to keep that fire for the industry, then that means I have to put the gas in the car, right?
Yeah.
And so putting the gas in the car is me continuously educating myself.
Yeah.
So that never stops, and also looking towards a new goal. So I have like the personality where I would want to do something and I do it and I achieve it. And then I'd be like, all right, what's next, And so for me not to be bored in what I do, I keep my hands in different areas.
Right.
So, I will do a photo shoot on the weekend, or I'll do a video shoot, or I'll teach, or I'll be in the salon, or I'll do a radio interview, and I'll do, and I have a client that's a rapper now. So now I'm, with her, and so I'm always keeping different irons literally in the fire.
Right.
Okay. So that's what keeps me fueled for it, because I'm always looking to see what I can do more and more. So that's one piece of advice that I would have for someone, because even if you just say they have your perspective, I just want to hold the clippers. Well, that may be the initial thought. Everybody goes into whatever industry because of some initial thought. So I want to be a nurse because I want to take care of people. Well, you're not thinking about the bones that you got to learn about, or the skin diseases and all of that, but it's just the fire of you wanting to take care of that person. You're going to, go through the testing and the trial. You're going to go through the education part of it. You're going to do everything that they ask you to do, because guess why? I want to take care of people.
Absolutely.
If I want to take care of people, or if I want to be a hairstylist, then I know that there's going to be aspects of it that I'm not quite fond of.
Right.
So for me, even like today, 2020, you have a wig for me to start. You want the lace front like it's coming out of your scalp? That's not me. Okay, that's not my lane. Like, I'm gonna send you elsewhere.
Yeah.
Right? That's not my lane. That's not what I want to do. The locks, I don't do the locks. But it's not that I don't know how to do it, because I'm trained to do it.
Yep.
The nails, I'm trained to do it even though I don't do it. So I still had to go through all of the testing, and that's what causes you to be appreciative of when you have to go through all of that, right?
You understand what it takes.
Yeah, you understand what it takes. So now, like what you was talking about, now you're appreciative of the journey of it all, because you had to go through the testing and the trial, and you saw that it wasn't just about holding clippers in your hands.
No, it wasn't.
Now, even if you never go into barbering fully, now you have learned enough to where you can bond with your daughters on a different level. So even though you went for one reason, it served another.
It served
reason.
something else.
Yeah.
It was at that moment, like, my initial was a goal. Right. But we never understand what the full picture is until we start the journey.
Exactly.
Right. So
exactly.
the additives of what my initial picture or initial thought or reasoning was different from what he had for me in that moment. Right. So I knew he knew I had additional children coming, right? That they will be daughters, right? Because he blessed me to have that, but he also gave me another connection point in how to rear them, to where I can actually sit down. Like, I can go home today and they'll be like, "Daddy, you can do my hair," like, or it's like traditionally it was, no, go find your mama for that. I don't know. I can't part straight. I can't do none of this. Like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what products to use. All that stuff. Like, no. I go to the store. If I don't create my own products. Wink, wink, which we do. But I mean, Maché's Legacy. Check out the Queen stuff. But but we do have. But I know what to look for in a product that is great for their types of hair.
Right.
And understanding that there's variances in hair. Like
Right.
all hair is not the same.
Right. And for some people, you know, it's spiritual. It's a spiritual connection.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm the hair physician because I literally love taking care of people's hair. And what I had to learn to stop doing is getting mad at people not taking care of their hair. I'm like, Tracy, it's their hair, not yours, okay? Like, I'm going too deep into this. I'm like, what did you do? Like, I'm fussing at you like I'm your mama. It was just too much. But, you know, it's
But you
because
passionate about it.
I'm passionate about it, you know? So if I do something to grow your hair, like if you come to me and you say, I want my hair to grow, and I, you know, start those steps in helping your hair to grow, and now it's growing, and now you see it thriving, and then you go and do something random to your hair, and now you have put your hair in jeopardy. And when I have invested, you know, my time, my product, my energy, my knowledge into growing your hair, like, oh yeah, I take that seriously. And I have asked clients to not come to me for that particular reason, because I want to grow the community around me, the family around me. So I'm not like that average stylist that just wants your dollar. Right? You know, because God is going to provide for me no matter what. You know, he's always going to provide for me. So it's not about your dollar. But if you come to me and you tell me something, then I'm going to make sure that we get to that goal. You know?
Yeah, indeed.
And go ahead. I'm sorry.
Indeed. No. You're spot on. You're spot on. That speaks to understanding what you bring.
Right.
It speaks to the purpose that you know you're supposed to be in, right? You know, a lot of people mistake passion for anger.
Oh yeah.
You know?
I get that a lot. Oh my God, I get that a lot.
But again, you know, and at the same time, it's about how it's communicated, right? You know, because passion can come across as, oh, you just don't understand. You're bashful. You know what I mean? But it's the delivery in how you communicate that passion. So you have to know that about yourself as well. Right? Because it'll catch somebody off guard. Like, well, why did you do? Like, what do you mean? That's why I'm here. Like, I try to do something. I don't know what I'm doing.
Right. And I'm definitely, like, my students will tell me, oh my gosh, Miss Tracy, you have offended someone. I'm like, what did I do?
Yeah.
And they're like, because my voice is very direct.
Yeah.
You know, and so I just have that tone. And so for me, nothing is more irritating sometimes for me to just be talking and somebody take offense about, you know, how I just say something. But in my mind and in my heart and in my speech, I'm not coming off attackative. I'm just telling you just honestly what this is. So I've had to learn how to, like you said, not to sound so agitated in my passion, because that's not it, you know. But that's also me, now that I'm almost 22 years in this industry, saying, okay, you're not the client for me, you know, and you being able to receive that as well.
And go.
You know, now the new stylists, they're unable to kind of do that because they got to pay their dues in it. You know what I mean? You have to learn people. You're working with the public, you know, so people, you know, their personalities just like a waitress or a waiter. You know, when people come in, some are pleasant, some are rude right off the bat, you know, so you have to learn how to, you know, transition through all of that. But now, you know, all these years later, I'm just like, you know what, my nerves. Like, I cannot take you, like, ma'am, you know. But I don't even really say it anymore. I just go into my scheduler and, you know, kind of block you off and, you know, have a great life, you know. Without, you know, because if you open that up, you know, some people are going to take offense from you saying, I don't want to service you anymore because we're just not compatible. And I know for me, like, I live my truth. Like, we're not compatible. But it doesn't mean that I need to, you know, necessarily tell you that. You know, because I don't want to open a door for something to happen that, you know, neither one of us.
Words, people don't always receive words the way they're meant. You know what I mean? And depending on what's going on, depending on where they are in that stage in their life or what's transpired that day, it can be received wrong. But it can leave a lasting impression. Like, you know, it can detour something that was meant to realign
Right.
at another point in time in their life.
Right.
You know what I mean? Just because of that interaction.
Right.
So yeah, we definitely do have to be mindful in how we communicate
Right.
certain things,
Right.
especially when you understand that you're not compatible at that moment.
Right.
Right. And that doesn't mean that you won't ever be
Right.
compatible.
Right. Right.
You know what? That's a great point. And when she was talking about passion and sometimes it'll infuriate her that she's made that type of investment, I keep going back to the word physician.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's a hair physician.
Yeah.
You go to your physician about something that happened to your foot, he tell you to stay off of it for a week.
You got to listen. And if
you out there
don't-
running and playing golf and you come back and say, my foot's not no better, your physician is going to be frustrated.
Come on, somebody. There you go.
Your physician is going to be frustrated with
Yes.
you. It may be like, you know what, you may need to go to another doctor because now you're going to get me in a situation
There you
to
go.
where you're going to blame me when you're not healing correctly and
Malpractice.
I can't, that's the word I was looking for.
Yeah.
Where it may not be worth that physician's time
Right.
Yeah.
or energy to deal with you
Or
if you're not going.
license.
Right. So like now that I'm substituting the word and going from that, I totally understand.
Yeah.
Where she's like, nah, man, like
Yeah.
It's
I can't
livelihood.
do you.
I can't do it.
Like-
You playing games.
Yeah, but let me send you to somebody
Right.
else who may be more, compatible to you. You
and
know?
who may just want to keep taking your
Right.
copay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. There you go.
Build
I'm
up
catching
that
up.
wallet.
I'm
You
catching
get-
up.
Well, welcome to the boat.
Because I've never worked in a beauty shop. Of course, I've only seen the movies with Queen Latifah and stuff like that. But sitting here listening to you all talk and the passion that you all have. Anyway, just in about life and goals, and then when she explained that, I was sitting here co-signing like, out, you know.
Yeah.
You know,
Get out of here. Yeah. Go on. No, you wouldn't say that.
Man, that's awesome. That's awesome. Hey, look, it's your boy Marcus Stone, aka Hustle, man, host of the Unapologetic Hustle. We come to you live each and every Saturday from 11 to 1 right here on Fishbowl Radio Network and Bashani Radio app. And man, today's been it's been a banger. I got
yes, it has.
the new resounding Mr. TEP himself, co-host of the Unapologetic Hustle.
Checking in for duty.
Yeah.
Pull up, park, stay a while.
Pull up and get some knowledge, man. You know that's how we do.
Yes.
And our one and only hair queen.
Yeah.
Our blue sapphire star.
Our blue
shining
sapphire.
bright.
Shining
You know
bright.
I'm a Dallas Cowboy fan, so
Oh.
I'm gonna
Hold up.
I'm gonna pull up with the blue regardless, so
We won't go there today.
yeah.
Right, we're having a great conversation.
Listen, we're not gonna bring up last week, okay? But just know I'm a Dallas Cowboy fan.
Rep it. I love it.
Hey,
I love
Yeah.
you gotta stay true. Stay true. Stay
Right.
true to what you believe and what you know.
it. You saw us sat up there and I had to sit back.
You had to sit back, boy. We was about to have another edition of the Extra Point hustle style.
Hey, I'm able to expound on that as well. So.
All right, so
They-
she told you to pull up.
Yeah.
No, there you go. No, that's you, TEP. You the sports.
Hey,
sports.
the thing is, y'all make that happen any Friday. I know that's a busy day for you.
Yeah, it is.
Maybe on a holiday weekend or something. Maybe where she can do that.
come through. I
Yeah.
mean, hey, you
Hey,
get
but
them.
Because that would be so dope.
Let me just say this. Let me clear myself. Listen, I am a professional trash talker, right?
Perfect, right?
So that's what I do. But if you ask me who is number 11, I can't tell you that.
No, you'll be right at home as long as you like dancing
I just trash
and repping your
talk,
city. Yeah,
I know enough to throw daggers. Okay, so that's me though.
yeah.
Man.
Marcus can hit you with the jabs or the uppercuts or the body blows. Like he'll. All right, Marcus.
I'm trying to give him an update. So for anybody that wanted to know the score for Stephen F. Austin in ACU, it's 0-0. First quarter. There we go.
Man, we coming to you live at the game.
Yeah. Like, yeah.
You got the prime time real
Prime
estate
time spot,
and
man.
the prime time slot.
Yeah, that's it right there. Balls on the 49. There we go.
There
All
you
right, but back to business. Miss Harper.
Yes.
So we talked about your beginning and how that started.
Yeah.
We talked about the craftiness of using the Cabbage Patch dolls to get your skills right.
That was so G, right? Like, and they do have the little. My sister
little
had
spots.
one. You know how they,
Yeah.
So if you hooked up her, you was destined for hair greatness.
Ask my mama.
Ask
my mama.
And we're gonna say hello to your mother who's listening right now.
Yeah,
Listening
she
in,
is. She
check it
definitely
in.
listen.
But we went through that. We also talked about the transition
Yeah.
from Louisiana to Texas, family to family.
Yeah.
And then what that has been like. What I want to tap in before we start to close out the show is every situation, everything we do in life, we're faced with some kind of adversity. I want you to pick a adversity that you've been faced with within your industry per se, because there are other individuals that are coming up. There are other individuals that are seasoned in the industry.
Right.
They're faced with something that they may not even know how to deal with
Right.
at this point in time. I want you to talk to them, to give them a nugget. I know one of the things that you're going to talk about because of who you are as a person and where your strength comes from. I know that wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
Give them some tangible steps
Right.
from your experience that they can pull and place into their lives to hopefully get them through their current,
Right.
future obstacle that they may face, so that they can keep pushing forward.
Oh yeah, definitely. So for one is again, education. Always remaining a student,
Yeah.
because education, and I know it may sound very, very cliche, but it is the key to that holds a lot of success. Because even if you get there on the fast track, you understanding what you're doing and how to do it is what's going to keep you there. So like if somebody, just say you go out for an internship and your name was brought up, and so they are like, okay, we want to bring you in. But when they bring you in, you still have to know about the job at hand.
Right.
You know, you're not gonna go if you're doing a restaurant intern, but you only know about warehouse work. You know,
Right.
so you have to educate yourself, and educating yourself shows that you are very, very in tune and passionate about what you're trying to do. So it's like continuing to see what's out there, what's next, who's doing what, how they're doing it. In the middle of the night, a lot of times at 2 and 3 in the morning, like I'm Googling random stuff where people may think it is random, but I'm like, top apps for 2020 for marketing, you know, or top hair salons in Dallas, Texas, or I'll often go on the Dallas Film Commission to see what jobs are available so that I can, you know, apply, put my resume in for that. So it's just about continuing to expand your education. So that's one tangible step. Another thing is to invest in yourself,
Right.
you know, financially. You know, it takes money to make money.
Indeed.
Like, it really, really does. And a lot of people really don't understand. Like, sometimes, sometimes I don't even like to think of the number, the money amount that I've spent in this industry.
Right.
You know, because my bank account says one thing, but my investment says something else.
Right.
So, you know, you may not see your bank account, and what you have in that may not be a reflection on what you have put out. You know, so you have to take education as an investment. And that's where, like, a lot of my students and I, we kind of fall out, you know, when it comes to that, because I tell them, listen, this education is costing you $17,000, $18,000. So if you have $18,000 to just just put in my hand and give it to me, then give it to me. I'm going to take it. But if you're putting this money in my hands, then I am going to give you the best quality education for your dollar.
Right.
And when you come into the school, you need to come in with that mind frame, because you're going to have to pay that money back.
Yeah.
You know, you may get a student loan or whatever, but your parents, they may have to pay that money back. So you're investing. So making sure that you're investing in yourself. Like, and it doesn't take a lot of money to invest in yourself. That's you. If you do need to take an online webinar, you know, and that's $35, but you're getting a lot of knowledge from that $35 webinar,
right?
You know, and not placing it in shoes and clothes and stuff like that, you know, will depreciate in value, but your education and you investing that money into yourself. And so I think a lot of people don't even think about it that way, but everything that I do, every dollar that I make in this industry, I'm reinvesting it.
Yeah.
In some form, in some fashion. So that's another tangible step. And then, and I know that you're saying don't divert, but I can't help it. But but I'm just gonna say a lot of people do not respect their development season. So a lot of people may see like this time as when they're starting out is something. You know, I'm not where I'm supposed to be. But if you look at it like this is your development now. You know, I can't be the star player if I've never started on the Pee Wee field.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, we got to start somewhere. He has to be, in order for him to be an NFL athlete, he had to play tag football first.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So don't despise the small beginnings. Stop thinking that you have to go from 0 to 1,000. Like, this is the time that you need to develop. So if it is working in a mom and pop's place, but your goal is to work in a very you know, prestigious salon or whatever one day, you know, you develop your professionalism at the mom and pop. You develop money management at the mom and pop. You develop, you know, people skills at the mom and pop place. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then that is going to help catapult you to where you need to be. So don't despise small beginnings, you know, and that's why the Bible says that. Like, you have to
crushed that question.
That's
like, we could run
amazing.
all that back.
Yeah.
Like that was excellent life advice, work
Indeed.
advice, just spiritual growth advice.
Right.
Like, just that was wow.
Right.
Yeah, indeed.
Like, some incredible
Indeed.
answers on this show today.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah, so.
No, thank you. PL, final thoughts, man.
My final thought is a question. Have you considered writing a book when it's all said and done?
No. But I do want to be a motivational speaker.
It's in you.
Yeah, I do want to be a motivational speaker. I don't even like reading as much. It's like, no, you know, but
some other form of getting that information out.
But that, and also just doing that, and that's about it. Like, just progressing however God want me to progress. I'm like for it.
I would love for a platform to open up for you to where people who don't get their hair done gets the benefit of some of the perks of being in there with you speaking into people's spirits and pouring into them, and quite frankly, sometimes, like you said, being unapologetic and giving you the real answer and receive it with love.
Right.
You know, a lot of us need that.
Right.
Like, Off Wax, he had to put me out and he gave me some tough love, you know, but like, hey, you know, blah blah blah, and I received it.
Right.
Yeah. And I'm gonna take his advice on it, and yours as well. So it was just a pleasure occupying this space with you for the last 2 hours. I learned a lot, and I am rooting for you to succeed.
You too.
Indeed.
You hey man, you hit another banger today, man.
Hey man,
another banger.
That's what we do, man. That's what we do. So before we get out of here, tell the people one more time how they can get a hold of you.
Okay, so follow me on Instagram, Harper Hair Physician. Also, you can follow me on Facebook, Harper Hair Physician Hair Page, or I think it's Harper Hair Physician Hair Page. Also, you can follow our Instagram, our salon Instagram at s21salons.co, or you can follow us on Facebook at Studio 21 Salons. And also, we have a sister business right next door. If you are a vegan, or even if you're not a vegan, the restaurant is called It's So Vegan, and it is vegan vegan soul food, and let me tell you, I am a meat eater, but I eat vegan food every day because that food is the bomb.
Yeah,
it is the bomb. So guys, check it out. Check it out.
Yeah. Well, family, y'all know what time it is, man. It's your boy Marcus Stone, aka Hustle. We had another banger for you today, so
Yes.
I'll leave you with this hustle moment. Every day is an opportunity. Every day is a day to get better. But pay attention to the investments and the reinvestments that you're making within your hustles, within your growth, and within your life to be the better you. Ensure that you're not reinvesting into something that's supposed to be removed from you. Okay, so you know what we do every Saturday from 11 to 1 right here on Fishbowl Radio Network, Bashani Radio app. I'm your boy Hustle. Don't forget to vote. We'll see you next Saturday.
Instant classic.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
You got it.
all the
Hey,
time.
you got it. That je ne sais quoi. You got it.
Don't just be telling me that.